Okay, so in this video, we're going to take information given to us concerning a linear equation, okay, whether we have the slope and a point that the line goes through or whether we have 2 points, all right? We're going to write that equation in point-slope form, and then we're going to convert that to slope-intercept form, okay? So just some basic things here that you should have learned before now, and there's previous videos I've made if you need to go back and watch those to review these 3 things, okay? So the point-slope form of a line, we know to be y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, okay? The slope-intercept form, we know that to be y equals mx plus b. And if we need the slope formula, you should know this. The slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, okay? So in this video, you're going to need all 3 of those things, okay? So in example 1 here, we want to write an equation in point-slope form for the line that has the given slope, -4, and contains the given point, -1, -2, okay? After we do that, and this is kind of the focus of this video, is we want to be able to convert point-slope form to slope-intercept form, okay? So first thing we want to do is we want to write an equation in point-slope form, all right? So we're going to plug in my slope here for m. We're going to plug in my x-coordinate -1 here for x sub 1, and we're going to plug my y-coordinate -2 in here for y sub 1, okay? Now, we want to clean up the signs. Remember, it was y minus a -2, so that becomes y plus 2. The slope is -4, and then it was x minus this -1, so I just want to clean that up, okay? And make that x plus 1. All right, so now we want to convert this form to slope-intercept form. And in many ways, slope-intercept form is a lot more useful, okay? So on the right side here, I need to use the distributive property. I'm going to multiply -4 times x, and then I'm going to multiply -4 times +1, okay? So when we do the distributive property there, the left side stays the same. -4 times x is -4x. -4 times +1 is -4, okay? And now remember, slope-intercept form, I want to get y by itself. We're solving for y. All right, so that means this 2 has to go over here to the other side and go together with this -4. So I'm going to move the 2 over. When I do, it's kind of like subtracting 2 from both sides, or you can think of it as when the 2 changes sides of the equation, then the sign changes. So I've got a -4 now here and a -2. When I combine those, I get -6, okay? So the equation of the line that has this information, the slope of -4, and it goes through the point -1, -2, has an equation y equals -4x minus 6, okay? Now, let's try example 2, all right? And pause the video here and then come back and check your work. Okay, so in example 2, we're given 2 points that the line goes through, okay? We want to write an equation in point-slope form first, and then we're going to convert that to slope-intercept form, okay? But notice the word slope appears in both of these forms, and I don't have the slope yet, okay? So the first thing I need to do is to find the slope using the slope formula. So I'm going to plug in, for my y values, going in the numerator, it's going to be 2 minus a -4, and the denominator is going to be my x values 3 minus 1. And when we simplify that, 2 minus a -4 is 2 plus 4, which is 6. 3 minus 1 is 2. And then 6 divided by 2 simplifies to 3. So the slope of the line that has these 2 points is +3. Okay? Now, if you'll remember back when we first learned about point-slope form, it doesn't matter which point you choose. Okay? You can choose point 1 or you can choose point 2. Okay? That doesn't matter. The point-slope forms can be different. But what's going to happen, the slope-intercept form is always going to be the same because there's only one slope-intercept form for each linear equation, okay? So let's say student 1 picks this point, okay? Well, their point-slope form would be y minus a -4, which becomes y plus 4, equals my slope 3 times x minus the x-coordinate x minus 1, okay? So this would be one of the point-slope forms. That would be the one using point 1. Let's say the second student chose to use point 2. Okay, well, the point-slope form for that would be y minus the y-coordinate 2 equals my slope 3 times x minus the x-coordinate 3. Okay, so these are both point-slope forms. They're both correct, even though they look totally different. Okay, but now let's show that when we convert these to slope-intercept form, they should be exactly the same. Again, there's only one slope-intercept form for each linear equation. Okay, so we're going to start with this one here. We want to distribute again like we did previously. We're going to multiply 3 times x, and we're going to multiply 3 times -1. When we do that, the left side doesn't change. Y plus 4 equals 3x minus 3. Then I want to subtract 4 from both sides, or I want to move this 4 over to the right side. Okay, and that gives me y equals 3x minus 7. Okay, so this would be the slope-intercept form for the equation containing these 2 points. All right, let's just verify that this gives me the same thing. It should. If it doesn't, then I've made a mistake. Okay, so again, we're going to distribute here. Okay, so the left side is going to be y minus 2. That doesn't change. The right side is going to be 3x minus 9. Okay, 3 times x is 3x. 3 times -3 is -9. Okay, now again, slope-intercept form, I need to get the y by itself, so I'm going to move this -2 over to the right side by adding 2. Okay, and that's also going to give me y equals 3x minus 7. So it doesn't matter which of these 2 points you choose. Choose the one that's easiest for you, okay? But either way, we should get the same equation because there is only one equation in slope-intercept form, all right? So that's how you convert from point-slope form to slope-intercept form.